Are we on yet? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Man, gold is way up this morning. So is oil, which is confusing because they have been lately going in different directions. Now all of a sudden they're going in the same direction. I'm wondering if that has when they correlate, it tends to happen. Now, of course, we're in the middle of a war that revolves around oil type shit now, but normally when that's not going on, when gold and oil go up and or down a lot together, there's no echo on my end. Am I echoing? Am I echoing to others? Anyways, when they tend to go in the same direction, a lot of times you find that it's because the value of the dollar has moved significantly. Okay, thanks, Navy guy. Okay, all right. If I turn my speaker on, then it does echo. That's why I can't test myself. If I turn my speaker on, it does echo. I made sure my speaker's off. Anyways. Oh, man. I hit a beautiful trade in gold yesterday after I closed down the live stream. You know, I hit that nice W pattern in the YM, and then I was on the phone working on some of my housing stuff, and I looked over at my chart, and I'm like, holy shit, gold has got a setup. Enter that trade, and off it went. I mean, it, you know, summer trading, it still took it, 10 plus minutes or whatever to go to target, but my target was $1,000. And so that was a nice little bonus yesterday. Nice little bonus. So I ended up like $2,100 yesterday, even though I had more losses than I had wins. I still made $2,100 yesterday. Think about that. Think about that. I'm pretty sure I had more losses than wins. Pretty close. It was either the same amount or more losses. I had a couple losses in a row in the NQ yesterday that kicked me in the teeth. Okay, no problem, Escape. I just know if I reach down here and turn on my speakers down here so I can hear, it will echo that. So I can't test it. So anyways, gold has not given me anything to hang my hat on yet this morning. Thoughts on gold now? Well, Kevin, I need it I need it to come up and either test this bottom and roll over or come back in, sit on, preferably break this pivot here and then sit on top of the box and then go up. It's really what I needed to do right now. We could get lucky also and it just kind of hang out down here for a while and then roll up and give us like a 1 minute gold line / 5 minute red line trade to the short side also. Just depends on how it goes from here to here. I mean, you want it to be deliberate and with a mission. Otherwise it's going to here. Yesterday, I missed a trade. Was it in gold, guys? I can't remember. Yesterday, I missed a trade waiting for it to go to here, but it ended up going to the red line and rolling over. I think it was in gold. I can't remember. Was it in gold or was it in the NQ? I can't remember. Yesterday, I missed one. Yeah, it was in gold. So in gold yesterday, see how deliberate this is, Kevin? See how deliberate this Donchian Channel roll up to the red line is? That's what I'm talking about when I say deliberate. Meaning the sharks took it and moved it intentionally to here and then intentionally to here. That's what you want. So the first leg is the deliberate move back up. I was sitting here watching it and I wanted it to hit here, which was the bottom of the box, which it didn't do. And then down it went. I mean, so yeah, that happened yesterday and I missed it because I was waiting for it to go there. That's what I mean by the word deliberate. I mean, deliberate is, not candles crisscrossing, but instead candles going somewhere. That's why I use the term, Kevin, again, I'm going to say things that, you may go, oh God, this guy always repeats himself. But if I don't repeat myself, you might not get the main points of this conversation. And that's why when I say I want price to go to the moving averages, not the moving averages to go to price, that's exactly what I mean. That's a perfect example where the moving average is just kind of lollygagging its way across here and price went to the moving average, not the moving average going to price. If price sits still, let's just say price sits still in a small zone for 20 minutes or so, all the moving averages are going to come to that price. That's when the moving average comes to price. That's not tradable. You want price to go to the moving average. So that's what I'm looking for here. I'm looking for, this is a beautiful swing down. It really is. So if we can get a swing up to, the 5 minute red line or the 5 minute gold line or both of them or whatever in a deliberate fashion, then I'll be looking for that rejection. No problem, Kevin. I mean, listen, man, if you guys haven't figured this out, I really want you guys to get this. Okay. And then I want you to also understand another thing. Even though I sit here and explain this, that, and that, I still fuck shit up. I mean, I still screw things up and or whatnot. And even like this crossover right here, breaking these pivots and then coming back and hitting right on that red line and boom, there it's gone. That's the shit I'm trying to get you to pick up and understand. It deliberately crossed, it broke this pivot, sat back on here, boom, there it is. And when you start seeing those things so clairvoyantly in your mind, you'll be able to take trades and make big money. And the most important thing is to recognize that even if you see this and you're in it, it's going to not work sometimes also. So when you're in this, for example, you want your loss to be here so that you lost $150, but you want to make sure your win is up here so you make $1,000. And so if your wins start going $600 to $1,000 and your losses end up being $150 to $300, you're going to make a lot of money just by being right 50% of the time. I mean, that's kind of the point of what I was saying earlier. I don't specifically remember, something's going on, war news. I don't specifically remember how many losses I had yesterday, but I know I had at least 3 losses. And in my mind, I can only remember two decent wins. Okay. Well, one win was $1,400. Another one was $1,000. I mean, God dang. But it was because when I got in the trades, I knew where we were going. And I had the patience to let it do it, to give me the bigger money. Because I go into every trade intending to, I go into every trade intending to be wrong 50% of the time. Now, obviously, some kind of war news happened right there. Don't know what it is. Not necessarily good news because oil jumped straight up. Those are the things happening in the mornings that are non-scheduled, that are kind of freaking screwing up our charts every once in a while. I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. I mean, if I go back and look at my trade success, I'm telling you right now, my trade success from like say 10:30 to say 11:30. I'm trying to get generalizations with the equities. 10:30 to say 11:30 has my profitability on those trades is far higher than my profitability from 9:30 to 10:30. It's just, all right, so let me look at something here right now. We might. Okay, we've kind of calmed down. We broke through the low. I'm looking at this YM right here. I might be willing to take a YM short here off the red line. I mean, I'm looking at all the other equities. Everything's kind of in agreement. I'm thinking about doing this right here. Don't know if I'm going to get it. What time is it? 8:59. Okay. Oh, where? Oh, Jesus. There's I saw this over here. Let me look at this. Yeah, gold is kind of rolling up. Oh, no. Hold on here. All right, there we go. Jesus. I'm just going to see if I can. The ES and the RTY and all that agree. See here, they're RTY sitting here at a 1 minute gold line. I'm just looking for a reaction to continue the pattern that laid out here post the news. Don't know that it's going to do it, but if it does, I'm gonna be involved, or I want to be involved. W pattern off the bottom of the box. W pattern. Give me a second here. Oh my God. Escape. Dude, the rules, man. I don't think I have enough time to do that every day. Damn it. It doesn't look like this is gonna rotate. Give me a second, guys. I'll read the chat stuff here in a minute. Just give me a second. Because I'm really hoping for this thing to rotate. I'm looking at everything above me. Come on, man. Oh shit, I'm gonna have to cancel this trade. Yep. All right, canceled. Why'd you cancel it, Bob? Because, well, now the whole body of this candle, wick and all, is above this red line. I just not going to take it straight into the red line. All right. Damn it. So let's see here. Bob, can you shed light on why W pattern at the bottom of the box in gold was not right trade? Is it in second leg? Don't fully touch the bottom of the box. Oh, well, yeah, you do want it to touch the bottom of the box. And it's not a, you're not necessarily looking for a W. It happens to be a W. Silver. So follow me here, Silver. That's a good question. So this is my way of trading the box. Okay. So I want you to understand, this is my way of trading the box. My way of trading the box is I need it to come out of the box, either the top or the bottom, which in this case, it came out of the bottom. Now, just because it goes back into the box, there's a lot of traders that'll take it right here, just because it came back in and broke this candle, and they're shooting across. And sometimes the damn thing will shoot across. I want to be more conservative and have it test the top of the box. Now, my preferential way of all this happening, okay, my preferential way is exactly how I did the $1,000 trade I did yesterday at 11 something. And I'll show it to you, I guess, here in a minute. But my preferential way is that we come out of the box and then we deliberately and close and all that kind of stuff, have price action below that box, and then deliberately run up and then create space here, create space here, and then deliberately go back to here and then cross the box. That's the preferred way for me, understanding that in both cases, here and here, we've created space. Now, here is pretty much like a W pattern. It never did test, though, which again, it's like splitting hairs. Let me see if I can blow this up. It never did touch. Neither one of these candles touched this top of this box. But again, it's so close. I took this trade. I lost. I took this trade right here. I was in right here. I did. And I lost money on it because I saw the scenario. But I don't call that a W pattern. I'm just doing a box trade. Okay. See, so for example, like if you came way out here and then ran up to here and then ran to here, that's not a W. You understand what I'm saying? What you're trading off of is the top of that box, top of the bottom of the box, with the intent of it going here. So why are these? Why the focus on the bottom or the top of the box? Well, because of situations just like this yesterday. Situations just like this yesterday. Let's talk about this pattern right here. Okay, so here's the box yesterday in gold. So it went to its mid band, deliberately went up, deliberately came down, never gave an entry here. Notice that we had space. So here's the deal. We had space here. So when this is running back, you're looking for it to hold and then reject. At least that's what I would have been looking for. Instead, it didn't do that. It blew through it. So then it created space again to the bottom right here. All right. So now it's got people leaning to take a short. Well, it never touched here, came down, rolled up, and then when it finally did touch, it just crossed. Did the same thing to the top side. So if you're patient and you wait, so what do I mean by wait? Well, here's what I mean by wait. We created space all through here. You only needed to create space once. And then finally, it crossed here. So let me go in here and get rid of this shit just to show you. Let me get rid of this. There's my entry right there. There's my entry. There's my entry because we finally confirmed that we actually tested the top of the box. And then bam, and then bam, there's my target. A nice $1,000 bill right there. Nice $1,000 bill right there. And it's so you really want those confirmations of these static lines, because it wasn't until it actually did this at the top of the box after creating space instead of just running out of the box that it finally did this. Because and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to capture the moment that they've tested the zone, that they've tested the spot, the support / resistance that they're looking for, because that's when they make the big move. After they've done that, it's like a checklist. Check, 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 gone. What am I? So what I do is I do this because I don't like shit in my charts. Kind of fucks up I can't see as well. I'm very particular about my charts. I'm very particular about my charts. I literally want to be able to glance to the left and in a moment see what the top of a candle is, the bottom of a candle. I literally want to be able to do that. So I do, I put that strategy thing on there to remove my markers because they're in the fucking way. And you'd be amazed, Silver, if you just sit there and patiently wait for the scenario I just talked about on these boxes with any of these equities or gold or whatever, how often that pattern sets up and works. That exact pattern. So when this thing rolled through here, I was just waiting for it to come back here and then take the short. I mean, just like the long that I took the day before. But it's got to actually create the pattern. If it doesn't create the pattern, then don't get caught up in the laundry. Anyways, what time is it? 9:11. All right, so oil is still creating its box. It's this is so this is finally getting up here, but see, this is what happened yesterday with this exact same instrument. It ran up to that 5-minute red line and it rejected. So I really need to pay attention right now because I might have to take this rejection. It did not come back up here. It did not come back up here after the crossover. I showed it to you just a couple minutes ago. And keep in mind, part of the reason you go back and look at your charts is because the market has a tendency to do the same thing over and over and over again. So I'm going to look for a potential short here off the red line. I would have preferred it to run to the bottom of this box and then reject, but I can't let it run away from me like it did yesterday. Yesterday I completely missed the trade because I was waiting for it to do this and it only did this. Come on, gold. All right. I killed it. It looks like today it's gonna actually test this. If you guys remember yesterday, let me go back. That's why I love to study my charts from the day before, because so often the day before will show you what's going to happen today. So yesterday, same time frame, quarter after 9, slam down, came up, reach. So we were looking for the quote unquote space. There's the space, but it never hit here. And then it just collapsed for $1,000. So I was kind of like, maybe it's going to do the same thing because it's from a Donchian Channel low to here. It really could have rejected there, but it didn't. So we'll just wait. Somebody asked me something else. I'm trying to remember. Well, that's why I recommend Escape that you watch the videos, because I mean, you got to remember, Escape, I'm not trying to be a dick, but I mean, I just do these videos for free. It kind of creates a community, whatnot, but I'm trying to trade also, so when I'm on here, I'm trying to actually make money. You know what I mean? I'm actually trying to make money. And if you're serious about making money, you'll either pay attention and watch and kind of get intrigued by what it is that I do and how I can tell you 9 times out of 10, oh, here's what they're going to do next. And then you start trying to figure out why did he know that? And then you'll maybe learn this. Trading is not something that somebody's going to come and watch me and in 2 weeks be printing $1,000 a day. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. This is not that simple. And I think a lot of people don't understand that get into this. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people just think, oh, well, hey, yeah, push a button, let me tell you something. This is a zero-sum game. On the other side of the equation, somebody had to lose money for me to make money. And don't think that the person on the other side's probably got as many years doing this as I do. So I'm trying to steal money from people that know what the hell they're doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to steal money from people that know what the hell they're doing. And that's exactly why I go back over here. That's exactly why I learned, in my opinion, the process of following the sharks. It was the epiphany that popped off in my head of, wait a second, I don't need to know all the dynamics of MACDs and Elliott wave sign and all this freaking bullshit. All I really need to do is recognize when this guy right here is taking control of the market and know what the hell he's doing. Because this is the whole reason. That's why when I get into trades, other than say 5-minute red lines, when I get into trades, I'm expecting a reaction. Because in my visual world, the sharks are helping me. And if they're not helping me, then they're not involved in the trade that I'm in, and I need to get the fuck out. I think somebody asked me about the ES, why the ES trade was, the red line ES trade was a questionable ES trade or red line trade. I think somebody asked me that. I will show you that here in just a second. Let me just see if this trade triggers or not. I really would like to see the bottom of the box get rejected. Yeah, or it's get out. Exactly. Either immediate reaction or it's get out. So this candle closed in a bad way for me. Therefore, I got a bad fill. I got a bad fill. Come on, gold. I got a bad fill on this one. Damn it. I'm going to get knocked out. Nope. I got a bad fill on this fucking thing. Come on. Come on, gold. Roll over. I'm not going to let this go. I got a bad fill. Damn it. Yep. All right. So that shark's name is Contender. He is an actual great white shark. He's 14 feet long. He lives in the Atlantic. He goes across the North Carolina coast twice a year. Twice a year he swims by the North Carolina coast. He's my I love the name Contender. I love that name. You can look him up. There's a ping that follows him. Yeah, he's Contender. All right, so let me just talk about the ES for just a second. Let me talk about this ES trade for just a second. So, shit. Somebody asked me in the pre-market, Bob, why is this 5-minute red line trade not necessarily a good setup? It's you got to remember, we're looking at, yeah, he is beautiful, isn't he? Absolutely beautiful shark. You got to remember, we're looking at a one minute candles, and this is a 5-minute moving average. Okay, so you got to kind of keep that in mind when I'm explaining to you what the problem is. Here's the problem: we rotated to here, and then up. That never got here. And then we rotated down to here when we rolled up to here. So we did not have a new recent low when we rolled up to the red line. Hold on here. And this is where it gets confusing, because if you cross over and you create a recent low and then hit the red line, that's a different story. But because that's a continuation. See, if you cross over and you come up and you hit that red line, that's a continuation. You're asking for it to continue. When you have a thrust down and then an up and then another thrust down and it doesn't create a new low, you're asking for it to push this down in a non-continuation pattern, because this is not a continuation anymore. Once this rotation goes up from a higher low than here, then the market's saying it wants to go long. It's a visual thing you got to put in perspective. And so if you take that chart, let me see if I can do this. Give me just a second. Give me just a second. Where is it? Futures, ES, value 5. Okay. Give me just a second. Let me get this. Let me get this figured out here. Hold on. Indicators. SMA, 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 SMA. SMA 21. And when I show you this, I don't know. I'm creating this chart in front of you and me, but when I show you this, this might give you a much better understanding of what I'm talking about. Where the fuck are my colors? There we go. So it's going to be harder. Let me do this too. Hold on here. Let me put a swing indicator in here. It's kind of hard to see some of this stuff. Hold on. Swing, 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 swing. 5. Let me see if that worked. Yep, there we go. Okay. Okay, hold on here. When I show you this actually turned out to be exactly what I was hoping it would. So look at this. This is a 5-minute. These are 5-minute candles. This is the same moving average right here. Let me get my global on. Hold on here. Oh, wait, here it is. There it is. These are 5-minute candles. Okay. Notice this rotation down to here. God dang it. This rotation down to here. And then it rolled over again, but it came to a higher low before it rolled up. That's the problem. So a 5-minute trader is looking at this. This is kind of like, think about your 1-minute gold line. A 1-minute gold line, you want it to deliberately push down to it, through the pivots, and then you want it to deliberately roll up to your moving average. This did not do that because it created this low here before it swung up, which is a higher low than here. Am I making sense? Which is why that 5-minute red line right here is not necessarily a good trade. Because you got to visualize, what is a 5-minute trader seeing? Because this is a 5-minute trader that you're counting on 5-minute traders. You're not counting on 1-minute traders. Okay? I probably just gave a big, long answer. I don't know if I answered anybody's question. I don't know if I answered that question the way you were looking for, but that's the point. Let's see here. So this damn thing never gave us the scenario I wanted. Doesn't mean it's done. It just hasn't done what I needed to steal some money yet. Yeah, I think he weighs 1,400 pounds also, contender. I think that's the weight. It's pretty heavy. Beautiful shark. Yeah. And the whole point of me making him like my little mascot is that he's going to go where he wants to go. Nobody's going to stop him. There's nobody in the ocean that's going to tell him what to do. Okay. And so we want to follow where he's going. We never want to be in front of him. We want to follow the bloodbath that he creates when he's out hunting, so that we can eat also, because we can eat the scraps. And that's what we're trying to do. We're just trying to make scraps. So that's the whole premise behind the whole shark thing. For me, I want to follow the sharks. Goes back to my statement. I can't make the market make me money. I can only make money if the market provides me the opportunities to make money. And that's and that happens in my world when he's around. When he's deliberately moving price from this moving average to this static line, from this static line to this static line. I mean, when he's doing those things, that's when I just need to pay attention, see the pattern, and follow him. I'm down today, Ian, a little bit. No big deal. Just nothing's laying out in front of me right now. I might get lucky, and after 9:30 here, maybe gold will come out of the top of the box and give me a trade. I don't know. Right now, it just crossed the box with no opportunity for me to get in it other than chasing it. I'm not going to chase it. I am not going to chase it. That is another one of my rules. Don't chase the trades. You can't defend your position if you're chasing trades. Where are you supposed to put your stop? Where does it make sense? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm way over my profit goal. I'm way over my profit goal between Monday and Tuesday already. Hell, Monday and Tuesday. I ended up I ended up with roughly the same amount, like $2,100 or some shit, both days. I think. Well, I got it right here on my phone because I screenshotted it to somebody. What did I make yesterday? I screenshotted it to a fellow trader. $2,075.70. That's what I made yesterday. $2,075.70. Freaking Jim made yesterday. Jim made, how much did he make? He made $5,216 yesterday. Jim did $5,216. I think he made the bulk of his money in the NQ. I believe that's what he told me. Because I made mine in the YM and in gold. So think about that. I mean, but it's all the same trade strategy. Doesn't matter what the instrument is. It's the exact same trade strategy. Hey, Nadine. Exact same trade strategy. Doesn't matter what instrument it is. The only difference is, again, um, just some personality things that are different between each instrument. NQ and gold are, they can be rather vicious. Yeah. That's a good question. If you'll notice, Sneaky, I haven't even done a YouTube video in how long. Part of it is I'm just kind of trying to wind down the whole channel thing, because it's just kind of I don't have any interest in having more followers. I don't have any interest in growing the channel. I have no interest in any of that. I just don't. And putting a video out there, you got to understand this, Sneaky. If I put an interview out there with Jim talking about the success he's had, it just, because if he comes in here today, I don't know if he'll do this or not, but if he comes in here today, remind me to ask him what his total is for the year. Okay. Remind me to ask him what his total is for the year. Good morning, Jim Park. And by the way, Jim Park is friends with Jim from California. And Jim Park is in the process of still learning the situation. But I think Jim Park is getting it, aren't you, Jim? I know, I get it, Gil. Maybe what I could do is just do the interview and put it in private mode, and then just put the link in the live stream instead of putting it out there publicly. Because I just don't need the bullshit. You guys don't have any idea. Really, and I'm not listen, but of how many emails and shit I get a day from people trying to get me to sell shit to you guys, or represent their product, or all this BS, man. I really don't care. I just want to trade. You know what I mean? And I can't force anybody to learn how to do this. I just freely come out here and tell you my perception on what the market's doing. Yeah, that might be a better idea. Because Jim, I can tell you this, Jim does not want, how do I say this? Jim doesn't want anybody contacting him either. I will tell you that. There's only one person in this live stuff that Jim has authorized me to give contact information. Yeah. And he did that for you, Jim, because you're a friend of his. Social media is brutal. Social media is brutal. And, when people go into my social media stuff and they just say ignorant stuff, I've reached the point now where I just ignore it. You know what I mean? I really just ignore it. I don't have to come on here and explain anything to you. So go, just fucking go away, man. No problem, Nikki. And again, I get satisfaction out of, I get two things from doing this. One is it holds me to being more disciplined than I might be if I'm just free falling it, cowboying it myself out here. And number two, I enjoy when people like Dr. Lindsay, Jim Racine, Orville retired. Orville told the police force to kiss his ass because he learned to trade from me. I mean, I just feel the satisfaction of those things and those people contacting me and thanking me and whatnot. You know what I mean? I just get satisfaction out of that. Well, I did, Ian, I did go to Notre Dame. And that's one of the things that's burned in your brain at Notre Dame is, if you give back to society more than you expect from society, your world will be fulfilled. And, y'all don't know this because you don't know my real business, but my real business is very similar to this. I mean, I sell houses, I sell modular homes, but every modular home I build for people is, and I'm not saying this to just say shit, I'm saying it for reality. I'm selling these houses to people as direct access to the factories through my contacts of 30 years of being in this industry. And I'm selling it to them for 20 to 60 grand less than the alternative sources they have. And why do I do that? Because I think it's not right what the market as a monopoly has been dictating the terms of people buying a house in at least in North Carolina is about. They're just charging these people way too much money. And the thing is, most of the people that buy houses from me are middle-class people who don't even fully grasp when I sell them a house for 40 grand less than a street dealer, that they financed that 40 grand. They really saved 80 grand. I mean, a lot of them don't even grasp that, but I'm fine with it. I'm fine. They don't have to grasp it. They don't have to thank me. They just have to appreciate the fact that I run this damn business and give them a very fair deal. Oh yeah, a good example of that is Jim sits there and trades. Jim in California, he sits there and trades and makes ridiculous money daily. And then he'll message me throughout the day. Like I could send you screenshots of his P&Ls. They're in my phone over and over and over and over and over again. I mean, $9,000, $12,000, $6,000, $10,000. I mean, it's over and over and over and over again. He screenshots these P&Ls to me. And he'll be like, so what did you make today? And I'll be like, I made $1,500, or I made, like yesterday, $2,075. I mean, I don't need to sit here, and I'm not picking on him. I don't need to sit here and print money all day long. Do I feel like I've reached the point in my trading that I could print money pretty much all day long? Yeah, I really do. And that in and of itself is more important than me sitting down today and printing, say, $5,000. What's more important is that I know how to sit down and do it. And I think he's slowly starting to learn that, because yesterday he made like $3,000 and then he went surfing. I think he's starting to realize that he has learned his freedom. And Orville figured out that he earned his freedom. Orville figured that out. He's figured out he earned his freedom. Now he doesn't have to be in the police force anymore. Yeah, I tell you what, Fish Atlantic, when I first started doing it, it was, I've gotten better at it. But when I first started doing it, man, it was difficult because I spent too much time reading the chats and all that kind of shit, and not enough time focused on the trades and whatnot. But I've gotten better at being able to just shut the chat off in my mind and focus on the trades, because that's really what's more important, not random people asking me questions. Now, why am I sitting here answering a bunch of questions right now? Because, well, there's fucking nothing going on. I mean, we're still going through the first 15 minutes of the equities and that kind of stuff. But I also like doing the lives because when I do my videos, the videos, tell you what I did, and 9 times out of 10, by the way, since I'm showing it to you after the fact, it doesn't really validate necessarily, because I could obviously go look at a chart after the fact and say, oh, see, now what's gold is going to do this, and all magically it did it. I think it's great that I sit here in the live, just like yesterday with the YM, and I sat here and jumped up and down saying they're doing a W pattern, they're going to do it off the prior day close, and then they did it. And the reason I say it's important that people see me say that live is so that they understand they really do need to commit to learning what it is I'm talking about, so that they can have freedom too. And if I show you live before it happens, then you realize, hey, this fucker's not full of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And that's important in the internet. That's important on the internet, because god dang, the internet is full of freaking bullshit. And I spend zero time watching other traders. I really do. There's times people say so-and-so trader does this. I don't even know who you're talking about. Like, I just don't. I don't watch any other traders. That once in a while there was a guy in the past that used to just trade the NQ, that once in a while I would watch him, and I'd be like, holy cow, this is insane. Because he would just enter trades. Oh, it looks like we've had like 3 candles in a row going long. Here, I'm going to go long. I'd be like, holy fuck. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And I haven't seen his channel in a long time, so I guess he blew up his accounts. I don't know. Oh, we've all been there, Gil. We've all been there. And I've learned, again, we've all been there where we have too many indicators that then they'll contradict each other and yada, yada, yada. And you completely become paralyzed in your trading. Let me do this. I'm sorry. Boy, the NQ came straight out of the box. Isn't that exciting, considering I didn't fucking take that trade? Anyways, Yeah, you don't need to do that, man. It's all, it's all about price action. It is. And I think the last piece that people need to grasp in price action, which removes the need for oscillators, removes the need for volume charts, volume indicators, all that kind of shit, is recognizing that when these candles did this, that was increase in volume. When we get too far from here, that's because we're overbought. I mean, you don't need that shit on your charts. Oh, cool, Atlantic, Fish Atlantic. You know what? Here's the funny part, Fish Atlantic, that you just said what you just said. Jim Racine, who makes ridiculous amounts of money off this strategy only, he still watches the videos. He still watches the videos. He does. He still watches the videos. He says he goes back and refreshes his memory on things whenever he feels like he's kind of getting a little bit lost. He told me that, like, I don't know, maybe a month ago, and I was like, what? He goes, oh, dude, I go back and watch the videos again whenever I feel like I'm getting sideways in my trading. Oh yeah, the trader with the rules. Oh yeah. So funny. I mean, the guy's got a trading channel. He's had a trading channel for at least 10 years. And then he just happens to pop up on my YouTube, and I've seen him in the past, so I just freaking went on to see what the hell he's doing. And there he is, whining and complaining that he keeps blowing up evals or prop firm accounts. And so he wrote some rules out, over the 4th of July holiday, and he listed out the 6. I think there were 6 rules. He listed out the 6 rules. And shit, I need to get in this. Oh fuck. All right, I'm gonna take this if we go back up. He listed out 6 rules. He listed out 6 rules to his trading. and the first trade he takes with his new prop firm account, I mean, he's not even into trade. I mean, it's like we're not even 5 minutes or 8 minutes into the video, and he breaks one of his main rules. It's fucking Jesus. All right, come on, roll back up. Roll back up and out. If you don't do that, I'm going to have to kill this trade. All right, I'm out. It did. Yes, it had blue. It's kind of the same thing here with this one. But that is the problem. So Nikki pointed that out, and that's exactly why you need to not worry about it. See this? Even if you get in this trade, blue, you're right into this freaking static line. I mean, even if you're in this trade, you're right into that static line, which is known to punch you in the face. Let's see if it's punched us in the face at all. Oh yeah, right here. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. It's already punched us in the face multiple times. So that line means something to this market. So if you were going to take this long, what kind of money are you trying to make? See that? You see what I'm saying? Nikki, good eyes. I wasn't even looking. I just glanced over at the fact that it created space. Did it create space? Absolutely. Is it a viable trade? Well, if you want to make $100, If you want to risk $200 to make $100, yeah, it's great. Yeah, you got to make sure you don't want to get straight. You don't want to come into a trade and see immediate resistance to that trade. That's what you try to avoid. Oh man. Yeah, Hampstead. You went there last weekend? Yeah. I think I'm going to move down to that area, Fish Atlantic. I really do. I think ultimately I'm going to move down to that area. Um, yeah, it's part of it is for forex is that forever real California. Okay, forever. Um, is that I just know I've reached a point in my trading that I just know a setup and or setups are going to happen in front of me that punch me in the face, that are clear as the nose on my face, all that kind of stuff. And therefore I can be patient and wait for that. And when I do catch one of those trades, like the W in YM yesterday, fuck, you make, $1,500 on the trade. I mean, I don't have to be, for all intents and purposes, a retarded chimp that just keeps pushing buttons to make money. So now going back to the pattern that I was showing over and over and over again that happened in gold yesterday off the top of the box, this could be a prime example of where we created space here, but then went back through. See, this is deliberate. And now if we can get it to deliberately pull back to here, we could possibly catch a long off the top of the box in the NQ. Does that make sense? We just got to wait for it to show the pattern. Yeah, I'm looking at that. Yeah, it could possibly, of course, it's also got its freaking overnight open right there too. This one's further along to these lines than this one. I would prefer they're both the same, but beggars can't be choosers, so we got to just wait and see what happens. Wow. Oh, man. Mm-mm. Cool. Yeah, I think I think summertime trading has really been how do I say this? Has really been um helpful to the use of the box. And what I mean by that is the box trades work in a consolidating market. And, you know, summer trading is really not about runs. It's just about making it through the day. And so I do think that the box has really been successful for summer trading. You know, like I didn't take this trade for the same issue we talked about before with the ES, but, you know, here's crossover, retest, and there's the YM right off the top of the box. I mean, that's that space that we talk about once it gets over the box. And then there's the test right here. And then boom, there's the trade. Now, I didn't take it because, you know, I'm looking at the prior day high right here. But what I am looking for now is this to come back and sit on top of, hoping it stair steps its way. Step one, step two. Just like the YM did yesterday when it stair stepped the prior day open and then the prior day close, if you guys remember. And that's the trade I took for a big win. So I'm hoping this will cross over and stair step. Don't know if it's going to do it or not, but we'll see. August doesn't get any better, Nikki. August doesn't get any better. August doesn't get any better. How about that? I think, to be honest with you, you know, the war stuff is probably helping us out right now. To be honest, I mean, it's probably adding a little bit more volume to pushing things around. Yeah, oil is at the bottom of the box. Let me just kind of grab that and drag it over. And we'll see if we can get a rotation here or something like that. I'd be looking for it to go short. I haven't even turned that on yet. Looking for it to go short off the bottom of the box, or to deliberately come up, sit on top of here. The fuck? Why is my chart screwed up? This is the second time. Hold on here. This is the second time I have done this. Shh. Give me a second here. I got to fix my charts in oil. But I don't want to miss this trade in case it happens, which I'm in it. In it to win it. Come on, oil. Come on. Roll over. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Just fucking move, man. Keep going. Go. Oh, my God. Come on, go. Go. Come on. Come on. It's not looking very promising. It's not looking very promising. And I'm out. Maybe. Yep. Not looking very promising. All right. So, man, I just like, let me go back in here and look. So now the ES has, let's look at this. The ES has climbed way over these lines. So I would really like this to deliberately drive itself to here while this comes back and seeks support here and us catch the NQ long off the top of that box. That's $1,000 bill waiting to happen. That's $1,000 bill waiting to happen right there in front of you. If it would just pull back right now. That's where you need the sharks to take control, drive it down, and then rotate it. Come on, drive it down. Come on, NQ. Drive it down. Drive it. Put some energy in it, damn it. Jesus Christ. Okay. Exciting. A lender complaining to me that an attorney lied to them. An attorney lied to you? Get the fuck out of here. Why do you think most politicians are attorneys? Because they're professional liars. Damn, we're just rolling up here. Yeah, I'm in RTY too, Avalon. I'm in RTY too. I need it to continue going long here. Well, damn. Something finally held. It was the prior day high. We might get lucky here because this might come back to here at the time this comes to here. Remember, we're still waiting for that deliberate pullback over here to then drive it back up to here. Because it meandered its way there, Blue. See all this consolidation here? I'm not getting into a scenario where we consolidated and then went there. It needs to deliberately move there if I'm going to reject. Otherwise, it's got to do a setup for me where it comes in, sits, and then I'll take it. It's called quality over quantity. Like the oil one I took over here, it deliberately went from here to here. I mean, not you could say it meandered down here, but this is quite a ways away. I wasn't expecting to make much here. If I was going to make anything, it'd be, like down to here so I could defend myself. It's all preference. It doesn't, nothing's necessarily right or wrong. Man, we're just meandering. God dang. It's painful. This is summer trading right here, folks. Candles with no purpose. God dang. Come on, man. Okay, now we could get an M pattern here in the ES. If we roll up to here, this be our high, this be our leg right here, our leg to here, our deliberate push down, and we need it to run back up to here, and then the rejection. That'd be a nice M pattern right there. Kind of looks like it's not going to do that. Looks like it's just going to stay inside the 9 EMA and roll down. What just bounced off your 15-minute opening range? What? 29,220. I guess because you got your times wrong. Yeah. I mean, these are 1 minute candles. This is 15-minute range. I mean, I don't, All right, so we got deliberate move down to here. Oh, and I don't give a shit about the MNQ. Those lines are not going to agree with this. All right, so let me blow this ES up for a second and look at something. All right. Well, we might rotate long from the overnight open. I would prefer to it come down to the prior day close. That's my preference. If it's going to do this pattern, I'd prefer it to come here first. Jesus. But it may not do it. I may have to take a long right there. Oh, please go down. Please go down first. Please go down. Please go down to here. Please go down to here. There, come on. There you go. All right. Woo-hoo-hoo. Now, it may come down to here. Let me shrink this up so I can see what the NQ is doing. The NQ just hit the 5-minute red line, 5-minute gold line. Okay. Now, again, I would have preferred the NQ to come to here, but then that means this is going to have to fall down to maybe here. See, it's funny how this is now ahead of this. All along, I was thinking it was going to be the other way around. Oy vey. I still would prefer the NQ to come down to here, not the 5-minute gold line. That's my preference. I would prefer it to come to the top of the box. They may both, let's look at this. They may both get to the top of the box at the same time, which is even better news. At the same time, possibly that the YM tests the prior day high. So for those of you looking at YM potential trades, the YM may hit the prior day high at the same time that both of these things are at the top of their boxes. So there's potential across the board. I just want it to be a little more deliberate. Come on. This is not. Come on, push down, please. All right, the YM is there. The YM is at the prior day high. Now, remember, we tested the top of the box, and then the prior day high is above that. So if they're going to stair step it, they'd go from the top of the box up and then to the prior day high up. I'm not taking a 5-minute gold line trade. For those of you wondering. All right. Well, Jesus. All right, I'm in this YM trade off the prior day high. Off the prior day high. It's a little over $1,000 target there if it will roll up, which is hopefully, and I'll explain the stair steps in a second here. I just got to get this thing into profit. Okay, here we go. I got a bad fill on this trade. Come on, go. I did. I got a bad fill on this trade. Come on. Come on. Come on, YM. Do your thing. Come on, YM. Do your thing. Do your thing. Do your thing. Do your thing. All right. No. I don't want you going up there yet. All right. Let me. So when I'm talking about stair step it's static lines. This is step 1. This is step 2. Okay. Because this, hold on here. Because this step is higher than this step. So we went to this step, rolled through, and we're coming to the second step right here. So hopefully it drives itself up from this step, but I don't know. It's not looking very promising right now because the fucking RTY is not doing good. Look at the NQ go. I'm guessing the ES is off and running, and I'm not in it. The ES trade that I sat here and waited for, and I ended up taking the YM trade that's tanking on me. Come on, man. Come on, do a mini W for me right here. No, you fucking piece of shit. Let me guess. No, this isn't taking off either. That's strange. That's not taking off. Now it's taken off. Okay. This one's lagging this one. Man, it's just quiet. Everything is just so quiet. All right, so the RTY is now busting through its red line, which I think is what was causing the YM to get hung up. See how it had an inside candle here, and now it's gone through the top of that area. Hopefully it starts going long. Man, it's just so dead. Just so dead. Like nothing's moving. I hope they're not sitting around waiting for some more war news. I can tell you, I'm not excited about that. If that's what we're doing right now. Interesting. Yeah, it's not pretty right now, Avalon. That's why I'm sitting and I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I can't get like for example, conversational purpose. RTY is rolling over. It's going down. Now, granted, the YM is going down also, but in our world, to me, it's seeking support. Well, this is in no support. It's like not they're just not nothing's lining up right now. They're just all kind of sitting there, and they're kind of getting me frustrated. And a lot of these candles are getting smaller and smaller. Oh man. So like here's the YM. It's had a nice reaction right off the top of the box. But I'm scared of it because of the RTY. So maybe this will reach the mid band by the time this reaches here. I want both to agree. I wasn't confident in the 5 minute gold line at the same time this was here. I'm just not confident in the 5 minute gold line in the equities. I am, if it was gold, I would have been a lot more, interested. God dang it. Are you going to roll up from there? Son of a bitch. Come on, come down to here. Come down to here. We have not tested the top of this box yet in the NQ like we did in the ES. We have not tested it. That's what I'm looking for. And I'm hoping this has support at the same time. It's what I'm hoping for right now. Yeah, summer trading at its finest. That's why I feel fortunate for my last 2 days. I mean, I know what summer trading's like. And I feel fortunate that my last 2 days I've made pretty good amounts of money because summer trading can be fucking brutal. Somebody said something about oil earlier today. You got to remember, the sisters aren't playing. Got to remember, I'm not even looking at oil anymore. It's supposedly this is Wednesday, so barring any freaking government holiday bullshit that I'm not aware of, there's supposed to be an inventory report at 10:30 today for oil. So if the report actually is coming out on time, there's going to be, you want to leave oil alone. I mean, because that's like to oil inventory report to oil is like FOMC day. So you don't want to. I noticed Patriot's not in here even talking, so that's probably why. Because Patriot pretty much trades only oil. I mean, oil inventory report day, like I said, it's like FOMC day. Now, after the inventory report happens and all that stuff, yada yada yada, you can get some trades out of it. But say so like for example, let's just look at oil. I mean, I talk about the equities being kind of droopy. Look at oil right here. It's been sitting here for since 10/19, so it's probably going to start launching. Yeah. Oh, you forgot about that, Patriot? Okay. Well, it's probably going to start launching here in about 2-3 minutes, one direction or another, and acting stupid. I didn't realize you were in here, Patriot. I know, Jim Park. I've been waiting for it. I've been waiting for that. I've been waiting for this freaking thing since here, Jim Park. I've been waiting for this fucking thing to come here and test the top of this line. Since here, I've been waiting since 9:54. Since 9:54, I've been waiting for oil. All right, so I mean for oil, for NQ to test the top of the box. Okay, oil has reported, and for whatever reason, it really hasn't reacted much yet. It did have this big candle right here, this bigger candle. Sometimes the reaction from oil inventory is kind of, sometimes it's slow, and then it'll start acting stupid. I can't imagine the oil inventory report, unless the government's lying about the numbers, which, hello, nobody should be surprised if they are lying about the numbers. I mean, we've been lied to for, I think it was 2024 or 2023. We were lied to for almost 1 million jobs in this country. Oh, shit. Oh, damn, did we double count all these jobs? How the hell did we do that? Oh, well, it doesn't really matter because we work for the government, so we won't be fired. This looks like the market makers don't know what to take of the report. So it'd be interesting to see what the report says. Because common sense tells you oil inventory should be down. Common sense tells you that. But the number release may not be showing that. And now everybody's confused. Now everybody's confused. Yeah, I agree, Snow Invest. I agree. A lot of that comes from the fact that I've built my bankroll up. Okay. And therefore, I'm much more patient and allow a trade to work. You know, it's easier to let a trade go to be, say, like the YM trade yesterday for $1,500. It's easier to do that when your bankroll is up well over God knows how many percent. I mean, my bankroll has climbed quite a bit this year. All right, let's see here. So now I'm fucking pissed because the NQ never came down here. The ES rolled inside the 15-minute box, and I am not. Let me say this again real slowly. I am not about to take the ES to cross the box. I am not about to do that. I would be willing to try the YM because I've seen the YM do it over and over and over again. Is that a statement or is that a statement, Patriot, or do you have affirmation of that? Because I'm just confused as to why oil hasn't moved. Yeah. I didn't know if maybe you had seen the report. I don't want to waste time looking for the report. I don't look at any weekly or monthly. Prior day is based off of the prior day. And so the prior day, so what's today? Today's Wednesday. So the prior day is 6 p.m. Monday open all the way through to the Tuesday 5 p.m. close. That's the prior day. All my static lines are based off of 23 hours of trading, not 9:30 to freaking 4. Okay. God, this is actually doing it. Look at that. The ES is actually doing it. Actually, fucking A. The RTY did it too. How did I miss that? So here's the RTY. It came out of the box, came up. The first candle that actually broke was this one right here. Yeah, I didn't even see that. I did not even see that. You took, oh, there you go, Patch. Great, man. Great. That's excellent. Excellent. I totally didn't even see, I totally didn't even see it. I totally did not even see that trade. I just fucking wasn't paying attention. I literally wasn't even paying attention. I was too busy looking at the ES one and affirming to everybody I'm not taking that trade. I mean, it's a setup and all. I'm just not taking. I don't trust the ES for it, and I want the market to move a little before I start jumping in again. Great, Patch. I'm glad to hear that, man. I am. I'm glad to hear that. It's obviously to me. I can say this because I mean it's what fits my personality. But I just think my strategy is very simple to understand. Once you just understand the basics of price action, not necessarily the candle formation itself, but the actual movement of price. I just kind of think it's pretty basic. Here's where, when they do this, they're doing this. And when you start seeing those patterns yourself, I mean, it makes it kind of easy for you to recognize why you got in, where you're trying to go, what you're doing with your stop, that kind of stuff. But I can tell you this right now, based on the way this market's moving at 1038, I'm not sure there's shit or Shiola to be trading today. Shit or Shiola. George, just email me at goldlinetrades@gmail.com. It's in the description also. And ask me for the 15-minute box, and I'll email you the script for it that you can import to Ninja. What is it that you do with stop when you move it? I mean, how do I manage my stop? It's depends on the trade. I'm much more aggressive with my stop on a 1-minute gold line trade. I defend the back of the candles till I get out of danger. But like a 5-minute red line, I got to defend a pivot. And so that's why I say the 5-minute red lines are trades that when you do take them, you've got to force yourself. You've got to force yourself to go for bigger targets. Because you're unless you get a really nice rotation pivot on that red line that's small, you're most likely going to be, have a bigger stop loss, because you've got to defend that pivot. You can't defend the back of candles because you're using a 1-minute candle on a 5-minute moving average. That's why I tell people it's like you really want a little bit bigger bankroll when you start trading 5-minute red lines. And then I manage it. Then I manage that by following pivots. If you go back and look, for example, Gil, if you go back and look at the way I managed my W pattern trade yesterday in the YM live, I mean, again, I know when I get into a W pattern trade that I'm in a battle on the first leg. So I got to let the battle happen. I got to let them fight. I got to let them kick each other in the teeth. I've got to wait for them to break the down pivot of the leg to my left. And then when they do break it on the run up, then I step back with my stop. I step back and I give it tons of room, because once I've broken that pivot to the left, they're going to roll it back over. They're going to clean out some stops, and then they're going to run that damn bitch up. And when they break back through that pivot to your left, it's after that they get through all that noise, then they're going to spike it. And then I take my stop and I treat it totally different when they're in that spike mode. And so it's just, that's why I tell people you got to understand the personality of your instruments, and then you got to understand the personality of the trade that you're taking. The 1-minute gold line, you're supposed to get in it and it's supposed to be gone. That's it. So, whereas the the other trades, sometimes it takes a little bit of energy, a little bit of time for them to marinate. I'm a little bit confused here because I'm finally at this line that I was asking to be at, but the ES is in a bad spot. Fuck. I'm finally at this line I wanted to be at, but the ES is in a bad spot. Maybe I can get an inside candle here and then a run up. Let me blow this up so I can see better. Man, shit. This is in a bad spot. It's below the red line, below the mid band. Fuck. Remember what I said? I wanted them both to reach support at the same time, not conflicting. Granted, this is the mid band, but that ES really has to rotate to make that mid band a pivot spot. I mean, it really has to rotate. Look at it. All right, shit. Go through the bottom. Damn it. God dang it. Go through the bottom. Go through the bottom first. Then run up. Got an inside candle, man. This is a bad situation. Inside candle. Inside candle. God dang it. I'm kind of forcing myself to take this trade because I sat here and waited for it all this time. I would like this to go below this candle right here, this inside candle, then run up. That's what I would like it to do. Because then that's the sharks have taken control of the longs if they do that. Right now, I'm just looking for a little bit of luck. We're going to have two inside candles in a row? Possibly. Okay. Yep, two in a row. There's a battle going on right here, folks. All right, now we're through the bottom. Oh, man. This would be a great place for it to rotate from now. This would be a great place. We had two inside candles. We broke through the bottom. It might slingshot right through the top now. It might slingshot right through the top. Might slingshot right through the top. Might not do shit. The CS is killing me right here. All this time we waited for this to get here, and it did it when this thing finally was in a bad situation. God dang it. Here we go. Oh, my God. All right. Oh, my God. Did it jump me? The hell? Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. What's going on? Did my data fuck up? Am I in a trade? Execution. No, I never went in. I never went in. Let me shut down. It says I have an order. What the hell's going on here? It says it's trying to cancel my order. Give me a second. Let me reboot. So I sat here and waited for this trade. Like Like none of my shit's moving. What's going on? Okay, there it is. Jesus. I'm wondering if I have bad weather going on outside right now. I mean, really bad weather. What the hell? Trying to see if I got an order there. Oh my God. Shit. Fucking good thing I rebooted. I am in the trade. God dang it. Okay, well, I mean, at least I'm making money, but I've lost my markers and everything. Hold on. Good thing I rebooted. I got to leave it at none. Shit. Go, go, go. This was a great setup, by the way, but I mean, Jesus. Go, 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 go. Where's the ES? All right, so the ES is in trouble right here to my left. I lost my markers. I don't have any idea what my profit is, my profit target. I don't know anything. Come on, run up for me. Just run up and make this easy for me. Fuck. See this right here? This is our problem right here. This is our problem right here. And that's why it's going to knock me out. This is my problem right fucking here, the ES. Just like I had said, I thought that was going to be a problem, and it's turning out to be a problem. Come on, because we need the NQ to run, but we need the ES to defy gravity to do it. Come on. God dang it. Shit. Come on, ES. Buy, buy, buy. Don't roll over on me. Come on. Fucking A. Go long. Come on. That's an inside candle there. We need that to break to the top. We need that to break to the top. No. All right. I'm out. Yep. I don't know what happened. Oof. So what I'm going to look for is a secondary. Now that it's back down here again, let me turn this shit on. Let me put my ATM on. Jesus. All right, let me do that. See you, Gil. So to put this ES in perspective, here's your 5-minute candles, by the way, of your ES. Notice the 5-minute candles never completely ended below that 5-minute red line. Did you notice that? I'm going to leave that right there. Come on, go up. What are you doing? Come on. Oh, fucking A. Not a good day. I still have this chart from earlier today that I made, the ES one. So I'm sitting here looking at it, and this is what the actual 5-minute candles look like. So, I mean, this is, you know, so I can see the reason they would want to go long. Whereas to us as 1-minute traders, we see all this noise right here. Am I making sense? God dang it. I just freaking screwed up my chart here. See, we see this with this noise right here. 5-minute trader sees this. But the damn thing just won't swing long for whatever reason. Could be because the YM is rolling down. The RTY is rolling down. Are you talking Get Busy Living? Are you talking about like that RTY trade? Is that the one you're talking about? Right there? Is that the one you're talking about? That came back to the pivot? I mean, the trade really is from here to here for the most part. You'll notice that's where it kind of got hung up. I'm frustrated. Oh my God. I just think this is going to go long now. But I'm just too hung up getting punched in the face. Yeah, I'm with you, Nikki. I'm with you, Nikki. Just ugly today. All right, so we're sitting here at the red line in NQ now. Interesting. Hold on here. Let me look at this. Have we been to the red line yet? No. Well, crossover right there, kind of. Shit. I don't know. I'm not seeing much. I still think they're going to take this long. The question, but I don't want to sit here and defend a $500 stop loss to get there. Oh yeah, Patch, I'm with you there. Gold. I've been there. Been there, done that. All right. Well, I just totally believe this thing's going to go long. It's just, I don't want to be in it to do it. And I don't see any movement in anything. Everything's just kind of dead. I mean, this is ugly right here. This is ugly. All right. Well, I'm gonna call it a day so I can get some work done. Today was a shitty day, folks. Shitty trading day for me. Not a good day. I got freaking something. Uh, is it finally going to go? Oh, you're finally going to go? You're going to do what I said for the last fucking 20 minutes since we were here? You're going to do what I said finally. You freaking piece of garbage. All right. I'm going to go. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Everybody have a good day. And hopefully tomorrow something lays out better. I mean, this is frustrating. It's what's frustrating about this is you know what it's going to do, but it's just so freaking painful to wait for it to do it. That's summer trading. That is summer trading. And by the way, even yesterday, even though I made some good money both Monday and Tuesday, there was shit like this going on where it's like, I know what it's trying to do, but it isn't going to do it in any way, shape, or form that's fast. Instead, it's going to freaking meander because it's just doesn't have enough sharks around to create a frenzy. But I mean, they finally did this right here. And for all intents and purposes, now that it's broken that down pivot, it should just continue to roll all the way up to here. Anyways, but I couldn't find my way into it. Everybody, I will talk to you tomorrow. See you. Bye.